I've always had a soft spot for the Virtua Fighter series. It's one of the only fighters I can go to for a non-projectile slash uppercutting experience. Now don't get me wrong, good old Hadoken spamming Street Fighter 4 is always going to be my favorite fighting game of choice, but Virtua Fighter 5 is really a great alternative to it. And what it lacks in projectile spamming it more than makes up for with great, solid gameplay. And with that in mind, let's get into my review. So to my knowledge, there's no real story to Virtua Fighter at all. Well, except for that little action RPG called Virtual Quest. Anyone remember that? Anyone? No one? Really? Okay then, well, yeah, that kind of had a story, but this doesn't, I think. At the very least, there's no story in this game that I can find. But it's always been my theory that this is a fighting game. You came here to smash someone's head in, and in that department, Virtua Fighter 5 provides. For those of you not in the know-how, Virtua Fighter is a fighting game, and I believe it was also one of the first 3D fighters. And overall, the fighting engine is very solid, and as previously stated, there's no Hadoken spamming, but sometimes I do miss it. Akira, quick! You look like Ryu! Fire off some Hadokens! Come on! Well, I don't know what you just said, but it kinda sounded like a crack against my hair. So you know what? Go to hell, Akira. Ken's way cooler anyways. And, wait, what was I doing? Oh, the review. Virtua Fighter 5 boasts your expected modes that any fighter would have. There's arcade, versus, quest, training, and so on. Now back to the fighting engine. It doesn't really focus on special moves, and your characters make use of mainly a punch, a kick, and a guard button. That's it. It's simple for newbies, but put some time into it and it's very rewarding. This game also features two new characters, a monkey girl and a luchador. Now the main single-player mode is Quest Mode, which is meant to simulate an arcade full of Sega goodness. In this mode, you can go to various arcades and fight through multiple opponents like in a real arcade, except it's not barren, like a real arcade, in the United States anyways. This is also the mode in which you can win and buy items for your characters to pimp them out. Now, since this is the main single-player mode, that's where most of your time would be spent. However, Quest Mode actually gets very repetitive in my opinion. The only real draw of it is unlocking items for your characters, and that's about it. So, it's not bad, but it could have been better. Now speaking of items, the items that you use on your characters can be taken onto the online component of the game so you can show people your awesome characters. And while we're on the subject, let's talk about the online mode a little bit. Now it's pretty good actually. In the matches I played, everything went very smoothly. Not too much lag, and if there was, it didn't really affect me too much unless I was trying to be a little defensive. The only real downside to the online mode is that not a lot of people are actually playing anymore. Oh, and I got my ass kicked a lot by people way better than me. Other than that, the gameplay was great. Now when it comes to graphics, Virtua Fighter 5 looks really good. I've read on some forums, and I know forums are like a breeding ground for morons, but someone actually posted a comment that said, "Graphics suck, look like a 90s game," which they best have been trolling or have been in the second grade based on that spelling, because Virtua Fighter 5 looks great. Character models look good, and the backgrounds look gorgeous, although there isn't really interactivity between the backgrounds and you, but it's fine. Now on the sound side of things, it's nothing special, to be honest. Nothing really stands out to me. There's a little voice acting because the characters get their 2 cents in at the beginning and the end of the match, and that's about it. But the characters do sound like they always have. Leon sounds like Leon.
You'd better take me seriously!
Jackie sounds like Jackie.
There's no way you can stop me!
And Akira sounds like... wait a second. Damn it, Akira, drop it already. I'm trying to be professional-ish here, you asshat. Now, where was I? Yes. So, the voice acting was okay, but in all honesty, some of it was pretty bad. On the music side of things, it all worked fine, although none of it was really memorable, but it did the job just fine. And other sound effects like punching and stuff, same stuff you've always heard here throughout the series, so overall the presentation was pretty good, although the sound was lacking a little. Overall, Virtua Fighter 5 really was a great game. With its solid fighting engine and great presentation, I can overlook some small flaws here and there, along with Akira's tendency to badmouth me. He does hate me so. But with him aside, I really liked Virtua Fighter 5. It wasn't perfect, but I really did enjoy it. So I'm gonna give it an A-.
Yeah!